Hi guys, Tony back again, Horror in Todge, and today I'm going to be talking about this film I've just watched, Lords of Chaos. Yeah, it's something different for me on the channel. I say I'm not very good at these sort of things, but thought I'd give it a go and give my thoughts. And might be a few spoilers in here, but if you're planning on watching it, probably watch it first. I ordered this from Germany, as you can see, because I couldn't be bothered to wait for the Arrow release. I'm still going to get that one because I quite like the film. So yeah, basically it's a 2018 film. It was directed by the guy you can see on the front, Jonas Auckland, and it stars Rory Culkin, Emroy Cohen, Jack Kilmer, Sky Ferreira, and Volta Skarsgård. And basically, it's at the start 1987 in Oslo, Norway, which I thought it was going to be like a Norwegian speaking film and like English subtitles, but it wasn't. It was they're all American actors, and it was American. So I thought it was going to take away from the film, but it didn't actually. It kind of made sense, even though it did feel like Norway. To be fair, it felt like Europe. It didn't feel like America, even though they were speaking American. So yeah, it was. It lended itself quite well. It was really good acting. And yeah, it's Norway. It's like 1987, I think, at the start, and you've got 17-year-old guy called Euronymous who's on the front, who's played by Rory Culkin, and he's trying to make a rock band, but it's like metal band. I'm not really clued up on metal, so I don't know the actual true story. So it says here based on the truth and lies and what actually happened. So I think a few metal guys are a bit unhappy about the film because it isn't actually the truth. But I don't know anything about them. I'm not really a big metalhead or anything, so I don't know enough about them. I ain't read up on them. I just watched the film and I'm just going off what the film was like, basically. So he basically becomes fixated with creating true Norwegian black metal, as he calls it. It's just like heavy metal, really, you know. We've all got face paint and long black hair, you know, that sort of thing. And his band's called Mayhem. And he like in the film he pulls like publicity stunts that are quite shocking. Like as you know, as you've seen on the front, if you guys don't know anything about Mayhem and what they did, they like burnt churches down and stuff. It's really quite shocking, some of the stuff in this film. But it starts off, it's like a sitcom style. It's like, so he starts off like saying his name, which his name was like, what was his name? It was something. Obviously, I know his name was Euronymous, but in Norway it's something like Ostein Absemth or Arsemth or something. I'm not very good at, you know, pronouncing. And yeah, he says like his name, and I'm Euronymous, and this is my family, this is my sister, mum and dad. This is our Volvo car, so it's like quite kind of like quite light-hearted, sort of takes you into it like that. And you see him with his bandmates, and he gets this one bandmate called Dead, who comes from Sweden, who's like the lead vocalist, and he's really crazy guy. And there's just some shocking scenes in this. It's like I found it like leads you in. It feels like comedic to me, and then it sort of lures you into thinking it's going to be okay, and then you see a shocking scene. There's like three shocking scenes in this, really. Without the church is obviously burning down as shocking, but I mean the scenes in like the murder and stuff like that is like self harm, which is quite hard to watch, and a suicide scene, which is quite hard to watch. But like the guys are really, as you can see on the back, there's one of the churches, lot. But like the guys are really dark and wear black and black hair, but everything in the movie is like light. So like you can see behind them, look, everything's like white walls and stuff. It's like well shot. It's like nothing feels dark. It feels, you know, like you think a sort of metal film would be like really dark and set at night and everything. It isn't. It's like lures you into a sort of, I don't know, a state of thinking everything's going to be, oh, everything's okay in this, and then you see like a shocking scene. It's like, oh, shit, just like takes you off guard a bit. So yeah, it's just like this guy called Dead comes in, as I've said, and then I'm not really going to say what happens to him, but something horrible happens, and then yeah, he basically makes this band, gets a bit of money, and he's sort of getting the band to do what he wants. He's sort of an instigator. He's like really trying to make money. He's like saying, you know, he follows Satan and all this stuff, which he does, but he's not really. He's just thinking the money aspect and everything in the film. Anyway, I don't know if that's true. And the bandmates are doing stuff, and you know, and he sort of gets enough money to open this record shop in Oslo, I think it is, and then he becomes a producer. And then you got this other guy who comes in who's called Varg, who's played by M. Roy Cohen, and he's sort of the instigator of setting the churches on fire and stuff, and he really is a sort of really nasty piece of work, as it portrays in this film, like I say. And if you know anything about it, he's the one who ends up, you know, he's still in prison now, basically. He's yeah, he's a nasty piece of work, but yeah, it's a really good movie, guys. It's got some hard to watch bits in it, but I liked it. I'm not going to go into too much, you know, talk too much about what happens, but like I say, there's some hard to watch scenes and some sort of drawn out stabbing scenes that feel like, you know, like where you've got like the rape scene in Gaspar Noé's film. It's like really drawn out. That's what this stabbing feels like. It feels like it's on screen for a long time, even though, you know, it might only be minutes, but it feels like a long time. But it's quite shocking in that way. But I enjoyed the film, and it's got some really graphic gore, if you're into that sort of thing. It's a decent story, well acted, well shot. So if you're into that sort of thing, I'm not into heavy metal or anything, but I quite like the film. Really good. So yeah, if you're, I'd really recommend it, guys. I'm going to still get the Arrow on because I want to see what special features are on it, because this is German, so the special features are probably going to be in German on this, but we shall see what the Arrow release is like. So yeah, that was just my take on Lords of Chaos, guys. If you've seen it, let me know. What do you thought of it? I'd probably give it 6.5 out of 10, maybe a 7, because it was interesting enough. It wasn't my cup of tea completely, because I'm not really a heavy metal fan. So, but just the story and you know how shocking some of the scenes were yeah, it was decent. It was good. So yeah, guys, tell me what you thought of this. If you want me to do more sort of reviews, or, you know, not really reviews, but talk about movies I've watched, I'll probably do a few more. Probably get a bit better at it as I go along. But yeah, so that was the Lords of Chaos. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you all later.